We want to get to the topics, get to them quickly, show you how you guys are going to benefit from our new Prompt 2.0 system in 2018 and just get to the goods. My name is Steve Passanelli. I'm the CMO over here at BombBomb. We have Jason Sheffield. Jason's our VP of Content, and we're going to be your hosts here for today. We're going to walk you through the product. And while we were creating this presentation, you know, in Presentation 101, they teach you to start off a lot of your presentations with some social proof and some success stories. And so Jason and I sat down and we were trying to figure out, you know, what success stories we wanted to use. And eventually we just came to the conclusion that we didn't want to start off that way. We didn't want to go through a bunch of success stories because Prompt is all about what it's doing for you specifically. It doesn't matter about someone else's results. We want to get to the new features that are going to help you specifically. But there was, however, one story that just popped up here, got an email this week that I thought I would share because it's not necessarily a success story about Prompt. It really encapsulates the goal of Prompt. And the goal of Prompt is to simply give you a conveniently automated solution that still remains true to you and is perfectly you and allows you to follow up and put someone on a plan for an extended period of time, reach out with personal messages and know when to follow up. And that is really personified in this testimonial that we have right here on the screen. He got a new lead. Austin received a new lead. He reached out with a personal BombBomb video message, made that relationship deeper, went back and forth with that person a few times, figured out they weren't ready yet, put them on the Prompt campaign, and then used the Prompt notifications that they watched his video to follow up at the right time. And that really speaks to the whole life cycle and how if you are a Prompt user, even if a person's not ready, even if they are ready, you have a tool set that's ready to deliver and get you in front of more people more often. And so we'll come back to this story as we go through the new feature sets here for Prompt 2.0 today. But Jason, why don't you tell everybody about our agenda and what we're going to accomplish in about 25 minutes?
Yeah, so our goal is to, over the next 25 minutes, share with you all of the amazing features that are coming with Prompt 2.0. So the first thing is, we're going to go over the feedback that we've received from all of our Prompt customers and how we landed on the 6.5 major updates. And Steve and I already know this. Do we say 7? Do we say 6? Landed on 6.5 because...
If we're going to call it a major update, it's got to be a major update.
So yeah, we thought 6.5 would be good. And then finally, Q&A. Because we're going to be going through all of this stuff fairly quick, and we want to be very mindful of your time so that you can get going with work, we're going to hold off answering any questions until the end. We're just going to start jumping in. But you'll notice that there is a Q&A box. You have the chat window where you guys have been talking with us. That's great. But use that Q&A box. We've got Ethan and Kira online that'll be monitoring that. If it's possible, they'll answer it there for you in text. Or Steve and I, at the end of the webinar, will come back around and answer all of your questions for you. So we just want to make sure this is an efficient in time for you and that you're getting everything. A question's already come up twice. I'm going to answer it right now. This is being recorded. We will send that out later this afternoon. Every webinar we do is always recorded for all of our friends who, we know, you get busy and things get going. So with that said, Steve, let's talk about our first piece of feedback that was really important in the process. When we surveyed all of our customers, the number one thing that we heard was content was the main pain point for Prompt. It's hard to write content for all of North America. And we've done a decent job across it, but we've seen the areas that we can improve. So we're going to be talking about that. Far and away, in all the surveys we ran, content was number one. Behind that was a confusing sending schedule. We heard from you many times that the variance of sending, whether it was going to go out on the third Thursday or the second Thursday, was difficult because you weren't sure of when to schedule your videos, what you needed to do to have the timing properly done, as well as being able to make sure that all the other marketing things were going on. The other piece of feedback we got was the inability to edit your emails. And about halfway through the process, we gave you that ability to stop the prompt from going out the door and make edits, and you had to reschedule it. And so, you know, that was a very heavy process, and you missed out on that feedback and that follow-up. And then finally, the last thing that we heard was texting. That there was the text messages that we send out and that we rely on to prompt you was not being delivered. And that's where we're going to start. Right off the bat, we want to approach the texting side of things. It was about 2% of you were giving us feedback saying that you were not receiving the text messages as intended. We went back and looked at our own data, and we saw that that 2% was about right. With that, we have made some changes right off the bat that have improved our ability to text. Here's what was going on. We were sending about 10,000 text messages a month off of one phone number. Turns out some carriers don't like that. In fact, they see it as spamming in the email world. So we understood what that was like. So the first step we took is we added 5 additional phone numbers that we're texting from so that carriers are able to handle that even better. But we're going to make additional improvements. And what we're doing, and if any of you have looked into text marketing or how this works, it's all based off what's called a short code, right? It's a 5-digit number, and we're in the process of getting that 5-digit number. Here's something that's interesting for all of you that are wondering about texting and how does this work from a marketing standpoint. That 5-digit number has to be approved by every phone carrier that's out there. So you can imagine it takes a little bit of time. So we are in the review process of getting our number. They tell us it takes about 8 to 12 weeks. We're hoping it'll be a little bit quicker. Once we have that number, we'll be able to market, and you'll be able to get that number because your carrier will see it as an approved text message. So I got a little weeds, kind of important. That's why. So we're working with our parties to make sure that the texting comes through and everything looks right.
So can you guess which major update was the half? because this didn't affect a lot of you. This only affected a small subset or small group. Some people are already coming in saying, I had no problems with the text. And yes, and we know that. So that's why we couldn't really designate this as a major update. It is a major update to the infrastructure. Is it necessarily going to help most of the majority of people are already getting texts? No, absolutely not. So let's get to some of the more major updates, and we're just going to ramp up and get bigger and bigger, as we go. A Canadian question just came through right there. So let's kick this off with segmentation. One of the ways that we're going to help you with content is by better segmentation. Now, right off the bat, right out of the gate here, we want to help our Canadian friends. And so we know that our Canadian friends have a different holiday schedule. We know that our Canadian friends might have, yay, there we go, they're already coming in, might want different content. And so we built the platform that would allow us to segment groups. Now, right now, this can also be considered maybe a half a feature too before we get to the major ones, because it is only segmenting US from Canada. That's all that's being segmented right now, but it's a major win for our Canadian friends. But this provides the framework and lays the groundwork for future iterations and how we can segment prompts. So this is actually another big step in what we want to do, and for the future of prompt, having that awesome segmentation feature built in, because we can continue down the road with that. Now, Jason, I don't know, I have the little segment slide up. I'm from the US, I'm from Canada there, but I don't know if you see anything underneath that might seem interesting.
Yeah, that looks like a little bit of a different screen there in the background than what most people would maybe have seen before.
Yeah, so bam, this is not a feature. We didn't count this as a feature for the 6.5 major updates. This is just a bonus one, but it started rolling out yesterday to some people. We're going to continue rolling this out over the next several weeks, but we have a brand new dashboard here at BombBomb. We figured we would show it to you, even though it's not directly related to the automatic follow-up prompt process, but it is exciting because this dashboard is going to be way more useful for you as a BombBomb customer. It's going to be faster to get to your one-to-one send videos, faster to add templates into your sends. You're going to have more data right there on the home screen about what you're doing. And the biggest win here for everyone watching this webinar is the tracking page. If you're a Gmail customer, you know how valuable that tracking screen can be on the side if you're a Gmail customer. We never had that for regular old BombBomb for our web app. And so now your tracking of your open clicks and plays will appear on your dashboard, and you'll be able to act from those actions that other people are taking. So the new dashboard is coming your way. It's a gradual rollout to everyone, but we're super excited. That wasn't included in the 6.5 updates.
It's a bonus.
Yeah. Let's get to the big ones now, Jason. These are the ones that we are super, super excited about, that we think you guys are going to be just as excited. So let's hit them with content, because that was number one, right?
Let's talk content. And I care a lot about content. Partly that's my job, content strategy, helping make sure that the content that we're producing in Prompt is of the utmost quality. And we know over the last year, we have been able to deliver for the majority of you quality content that has helped you stay in touch with your sphere of influence in meaningful ways. But one of the things that we've learned through the process is that it is hard to be writing for an audience that literally spans all of North America. We know some of you, it's wintertime, and for people in Arizona, it's nice and warm, and we try to tote that line and that tension, but it's still hard, and it's frankly not the best way. Being able to give you more customizable content is better. So we've come up with a process for you to have this. Now, this should be the screen that all of you are familiar to see when you first come in and you have the next piece of content that's rolling out. You come in and you go in here to add your video or make any changes that you want. There's a new button here. If you look over on the right-hand side, you will see swap. What does swap mean, Steve? When you click on swap, it'll take you to the next screen where you're now going to have a content library. There will be 4 pieces every quarter added to your content library that you can choose from. So if you don't like the piece of content that we're sending out that month, maybe it's not hitting exactly where you're at within your area, you now have the ability to pick from one of these 4 and use it as your prompt. It'll still come with a coaching video from me. You'll still have the video script. You're still gonna have the follow-up process. Everything stays the same. You now just have the ability to choose from some things that might hit your market better. What are some of those options? Let me tell you, we've got a couple of themes that we're going to bring through to this. One of them is a market update. We can't write a market update for all of you because each market is a little bit different. What we can do is give you a template, the idea that speaks to the seasonality, whether it's a winter, spring, summer, fall, market update, and that you put the video in that will speak to your audience and what's going on into your market area. We know that that would be a key way for you to be communicating. So that's going to be one of the things that you'll see in there. It's just a quarterly market update that if you don't like the content that we're sending out, you can choose that. Some of the other things we're going to do is we're going to have a more specific seller email that you can send out. That might be who you want to target in the messaging. And you can do a hard ask for a CMA, something that's going to generate leads in a more meaningful way, seller leads out of your database. Other themes will be kind of higher level local things that are going on. We'll give you the idea, something along the lines of maybe it's best coffee shops in your neighborhood or the best park or schools. We'll do all the design. We'll give you the coaching through the videos. This is for like our top 10% where they want to go out and do the video and come up with some of the work. So that's some of our users have told us, I'll do the work, just give me the idea. We'll give you those ideas. We'll give you the template, the branding. You go out and build those videos as you want. That might not be for everyone, but we just have a subset of our customers that want that.
Yeah, so Jason, just to be specific, and we're getting a ton of awesome feedback coming through here as well. A lot of people excited about it. But those market updates and local restaurant reviews and community content, we're going to give you the training and the instruction on how to do that, but you're going to have more flexibility in the type of content that you create and what you would like written about that content as well. Which brings us
to our next update.
Yeah, to our next update. Go ahead. Sorry, Jason.
Yeah. So let's jump. So yeah, and I was just seeing there's a lot of great comments. And like we said, we will be answering these. We'll get to them. But the email editor, right? So this ability to edit the emails that are going out. As we mentioned earlier in the feedback, we gave you this ability, but it was very clunky. It wasn't fully possible to go in and you could edit it, but you had to reschedule it. Yeah. You were taken out of the process of the follow-up. So now when you come in to your screen, you can hit the edit button on the right-hand side. And right from this screen, you can now edit the text inside of your email. You're not taken over to the email editor. You're not taken anywhere else. It happens in line right here. And you can change up the language in there. a lot of the feedback that we get is we know we're working with teams where you want to come at it from a we perspective versus an I perspective. Now you can go in and make that change. So it's coming from the team. There sometimes might be verbiage that you want it to sound like it's more your voice versus our voice. Now you can go in and make all of those edits to any of the text. Now the imaging, all of that stuff's going to stay the same. We don't want to let you mess anything up from the layout standpoint. We just want to give you the ability to change the text so that you can make sure you feel confident with what's going out the door, that it's in your voice if we haven't hit that 100% for you. So as Steve mentioned on some of that other content that you're getting, the 4 pieces each quarter, I saw that question come in. It is 4 pieces each quarter. So that'll go out. You can go in and change any of that text, add text, remove text, really make it your own.
Yeah, and this is what enables us to do those custom pieces that we're bringing in now, like the market reports and things like that. Because you can totally edit the text on the fly. And the key is you're still going to, just like the example we used with Austin in the beginning. I don't know if you guys read through that testimonial. I didn't go through it line by line with you, but you probably read it while I was on your screen. What he said was he knew that person watched the prompt video. They weren't watching the prompt videos, but then they engaged all of a sudden. And he knew that was a great moment to reach out. And so that was a fantastic storyline, and it gave him the necessary prompt to go reach out at the right time, at the right place.
And I know we said we weren't going to answer questions, but this one's so key. I just saw it pop in. I am going to answer it for Susan. She was saying, does this remove prompt like before? When you edit, that's been confusing. We're fixing that for you. It doesn't edit your prompt. It doesn't unschedule it. Everything will stay the same. You come in, the moment you hit that save and close, is what you see on the screen. The email is rescheduled. It's going to go out like a normal prompt. You just have had the ability to go in and make the changes to the text.
Yeah, and Jason, that's what I was getting to before I got distracted with the Austin story. That was the answer I wanted to, or that was the question I wanted to answer. I don't know how I got sidetracked there. But yeah, so go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say this. I forgot something, Steve, in all of these pieces. We were going to be telling people when this is going to be rolling out as we wrapped up one. And I got so excited about the content that I forgot the most important piece because Rob just asked this. So the editor, we'll touch on each of these, but the editor will be live on the next prompt that goes out in February. The content picker will be live when it goes out next February. So
how about segmentation, Jason?
Segmentation will be going live next Friday. So some of you are asking, what do you need to do? All you got to do is log into your account by the end of next week. You'll see that option. Choose US or Canada. That's all you got to do. The rest of it's taken care of. So then these pieces, the editor and the content picker, will be live for your next prompt that'll be going out. I believe it's February 1st is when you'll be getting the prompt.
Yes, so this brings us to our next one, because we mentioned market updates and reports numerous times already, and going through data and statistics perhaps. Maybe you have something on screen that you would like to share. Here's our next major update. We're super excited for this one, and it is, drum roll, screen recording built into prompt. So picture this, guys. We send you a prompt piece, and you would rather than being on the camera yourself or in conjunction with being on the camera, you want to share something on your screen. You want to share your website. You want to share a community website. You want to share some market data or statistics and walk people through the data that's on the screen. You are now, oh yeah, Eileen's getting pumped.
We're getting some awesome boom, some excitement around this one.
Yeah, so you are going to be able to record yourself and your screen at the same time to do some of these more advanced prompt maneuvers. Now, screen recording is going to be available directly in prompt, but also, guys, this is available throughout the entire BombBomb ecosphere. So you're going to be able to use screen recording in your Gmail. You're going to be able to use screen recording if you have the Contactually CRM product and you're using one of our integrations in another system. Screen recording is going to be available everywhere where there is a BombBomb recorder, which is great. So it's not just prompt, but it's a big prompt edition. What's nice and what's unique about our screen recording here is you can start off your video with a full screen of what you're viewing on your screen. you can start off your video with your photo or your video, so you're the full screen, and then you can dynamically change it on the fly. So let's say you want to start off your prompt video with, hey everyone, reaching out to you. I wanted to give you a monthly market update, or I wanted to give you your quarterly market update, and you're starting off with all of you. And then when you go into the stats, you click a button while you're recording live, and it takes you down, and you can kind of see it here on this screen. It takes you down to a smaller circle in the corner, and then you can go from the small circle to full screen whenever you want while you're recording. And so you can start your videos with a more personal approach. You can end your videos with a more personal approach as well, and use your screen recordings no matter where you want. All right, and I see there's so many questions coming through, and the last one I just happened to read was, didn't get an answer. Can I do video and include the virtual tour? We will go through, we'll answer all of them live at the end. Our people are working diligently to answer them via text as we go. And the answer to that one is maybe. So we're gonna have to ask you a few questions around that. So, all right. So we have screen recording, Jason, but this isn't the last of the major updates, because this one is probably the biggest one.
I think this one is the biggest one, and this came from, of all the feedback. We know that sending out one piece of content to your sphere of influence is good, but you should be doing more. And there should be other channels that you're able to communicate to your sphere of influence beyond the single email that's going out every single month. And our goal is to help you be better marketers so that you're generating the activities that you need to drive the business that you want. And that's really what gave us this next one. Yeah, Steve.
We forgot to do time.
Oh, yes. When's screen recording coming out?
February. So that will be a February release for screen recording. And again, actually, and I saw a few comments come through before we get to the next one, which is bigger. Screen recording simply just allows you to display what's on your screen, and it videos you at the same time. So if you had a market report in front of you, you want to go through local market data, you can say, hey, and look at line 3 here. As you can see, blah, 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 and talk about what's directly on your screen, and they see both. They see both. So I just wanted to clarify that. But getting to...
Let's go back around, because Andrew asked a good question. Is the next thing that we're going to share actually bigger than screen recording? Yes, it is. What is it, Steve?
Social.
Expanded social. So we've already given you the ability to take the prompt email that we give you and have that post to your Facebook, which is another channel for you to be able to get in front of people. But we know that being able to do more is better, especially when you're in that social space. One posting a month, especially if you're relying on us to do that, one is nowhere near enough of what you need to be doing to communicate to your sphere of influence. So what you see on the screen is what you have. We've given you the ability to track and see what's going on, but we are bringing to you expanded social. So you've had Facebook up to this point. We're bringing Twitter and LinkedIn to you as well. If you don't know this, LinkedIn is the fastest growing social network. It's outpacing everyone else, especially in the business space. It's something you need to be paying attention to. So it's massive that now your prompts will be able to go on LinkedIn as well. But we're not stopping there. We're going to give you an additional content that you can be sharing on social 3 times a month. So in total, you're now going to be getting 4 social posts every single month. 3 of them will be unique to social. 1 of them will go in coordination with the email. So 4 times you're getting in front of your sphere of influence. Now, some questions are coming in. Let me just adjust a couple things. Facebook, you can post to both your business page and your personal page. So you can actually have it go to both or one or the other, depending on how you're set up as a business. So you get both expanded coverage there. A lot of people are asking about Instagram. We're not doing Instagram yet. They're a little unique in how you handle social. We're researching it. That'll be something that's further down the line. But right now, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, additional pieces that you can go. Now, with each of these prompts, questions coming up, will you be able to have video included? Yes, but we're even making it better. Because right now, if you were to share a piece of content that comes through and you did your own video, the only thing that comes up is the image that you see on the screen. It looks like all the other pieces that are out there. You don't see your face. We're bringing to you not in February, probably more like March, but the ability to make your video the present thing that's on your Facebook feed, not just the image of the content that we're sharing for you. Yep. So this will start at the beginning of February. Your first social post will go out. I think technically it's the second week of February because the first is on a Thursday. That's when your email prompt will go out. It'll be the next week that you'll get prompted for your social piece, and that will be going out for you as well. So I haven't even had a chance to stop. It looks like a lot of OMGs, a lot of great stuff. So good on that side of things. That looks great. But Steve, we're bringing so much additional content. We're bringing so much more stuff that organizing all of this is kind of hard, right? I mean, we've got our Remax customers, we've got our real estate customers that are, all the content that we're producing for them. Are we going to do anything to help them out in organizing all this?
So, and before we get to our last major upgrades, this is the last one, and then we can stick around and answer lots of questions and show you more things, whatever you guys would like. We know that a lot of the people on the webinar here today are from Remax. And so you're getting a little bit confused because the social was rolled out for Remax agents. We do want to point something out here. If you are a Remax agent, yes, you have social right now because Remax is creating your social content for you. This is social for everyone in the real estate industry. And so we're bringing up parity there. So this is something we've actually been doing for several weeks now, so it's already been in play. But now everyone's going to have the opportunity to post social media messages too. You're basically getting 4 times the amount of exposure, 4 times the amount of content than what you're getting right now just by adding this social media element on, which we are super excited about. And we have big plans for the style of social posts and what we're going to be able to do to create some real engagement for you guys. And Jason and I, just FYI, we have a meeting with Facebook on Monday, a live and in-person meeting with Facebook to work on some, I don't want to talk about Prompt 3.0.
We're already working on stuff.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. So I just want to clarify that. So everyone's going to have social now. If you're at Remax, you already had that social component for the past couple of weeks. So
yes.
Last feature. And this is new to everyone.
Organize it all this content coming at you could feel really difficult. What's our last thing that we're doing to make the process even better?
It's how you organize everything. If you get the feeling like Prompt is a marketing program telling you what you need to do, when you need to do it, and why you need to do it, then that should be the feeling that you get. Going back to Austin in the beginning of the presentation, he used that person for the entire, he used Prompt and BombBomb for the entire life cycle right here. So we have a brand new calendar coming out. This is how you're going to interact with your prompts. We used what we called the carousel before. The carousel was great when you only had one email once a month and you can scroll through. There wasn't that much content. But now you're going to have emails. You're going to have social posts. Our best kept secret, which based on all the reviews, not everyone that has Prompt is using our one-to-one sending engine. The people that are killing it with their Prompt program, and that's automatic birthday videos going out and home purchase anniversary videos. If you don't have that set up, you are missing out on the best kept secret, but that's also going to be a part of your Prompt. One-to-ones have been around for a while, just not everyone has set that up yet. But what's great about this calendar is you're going to have a global view of all the marketing that BombBomb's going to be doing for you, and an easy way here to see what that marketing looks like. And so you might not want all the social posts. You might not want that particular email. You're going to be able to toggle on and off any marketing piece you want quickly and easily and view it through an entire calendar, which is going to be awesome. This will be the way that you interact with Prompt from almost here on out. The other huge win here that we're excited to tell you about is it syncs with your calendar. We want to be where you are. We want to make sure that if you don't log into your Prompt program and check our calendar, you still know what's happening. So can you see on the top of the page here where it says iCal, Google, and Outlook? What if all the marketing that BombBomb is doing for you and that the Prompt system is doing for you automatically populated the calendar that you use every day, the calendar that you look at every day, so you could at a glance see what's happening, when it's happening, and what's going out. So we're going to have full syncing capabilities with all 3 of those calendars, giving you all the details that you need and a much easier interface. And I saw there was some people coming through like, what the one-to-one? What's that one-to-one all about? So we might have to talk more about that at the end if you aren't using the one-to-one sending engine. So, Jason, it looks like you're reading.
That was 25 minutes. We covered, and in fact, we did it so fast that I was just reading through the comments. There's a lot here, but let's just quickly recap what's coming before we jump into Q&A. We'll spend the time with you guys, but remember, this is what's coming to you, and we'll tell you guys the dates just to remind everyone. So improved texting, that's already taken place, and we're going to be getting that better short code, better process for you in about 8 or 12 weeks, depending on when we get approved for that process. Segmentation, being able to pick whether you're in US or Canada, will be live by the end of next week. You won't see it right now, but when you log in next week, you'll get to tell us where you're at. And that gives us, again, just to clarify, the ability to begin creating content unique to Canada. So multiple people are saying, we want Canadian spelling, we want Canadian content. We're effectively separating you and giving you your own path for content. So we'll take care of all of those situations to make sure that we're communicating, the seller's agent versus broker. All of these things are a little bit different between Canada and US. We will be bringing to you so that way you're communicating in a more effective way. And you can be confident that we're speaking to the Canadian audience versus the US audience, because we know it's not the same.
And Jason, if you just want to quickly go through, because we want to do a poll question for everyone here. So quickly go through the rest so we can do the poll.
So the content picker, 4 additional pieces each quarter. Screen recording, the ability to do that. That's coming mid-February. Editor, that'll be live with your next prompt. Social, that's the 3 additional posts that's coming at the beginning of February. And the calendar, I don't think we dropped the date on that one. That is going to be more of a mid-March release. The build on that is a bit bigger, so our team is hard at work on that, but that calendar will be coming at the mid-March release. That said, let's throw that poll up, Steve.
Yeah, so as a preliminary, and we're gonna stick around, answer all your questions, but we would like to know what feature or what's your favorite upgrade. Let me launch that. You should be able to see that poll right now on your screen. What was your favorite upgrade out of all the ones that you heard about today? We'll see if anybody picks the 0.5 upgrade. We might get a 0.5. So.
Yeah, someone got the one. Someone loves the texting. All right.
Because all of these upgrades came from your feedback. We asked for your feedback. We continuously get your feedback. We want to give you guys the right product for you. And we tried to dial in these upgrades to help you overcome the obstacles that you've had with prompt. And hopefully we succeeded in doing that. So we really want to know, to close the loop here and close the circle, we want to know if we got it right. And wow, this is surprising. Maybe not. Maybe it's not surprising.
No. Yeah, I think.
So we'll let just one more second here. We almost have 70% of people voted, 67%, popping up. All right, let's close this out. Let's share the results here. So it seems like you guys, by far and away, love screen recording the most, 38%. With social posts coming in second, we knew that would be a content play. I thought that would be actually number 1, so I was wrong in my assumption. So social posts coming in second, content picker coming in third. We did have some people say improved texting. If you're not getting the text, it doesn't make the system work very
exactly.
Well. Yeah, so great. So we are super excited to bring you guys all of these features. I know we have a lot of questions that we're popping through, so we're going to start going through some of these questions. Again, there's nothing you need to do on your end. These features will be rolled out in the timelines that Jason mentioned as we go. So just get excited. However, if you are not, we marketed this webinar to prompt customers, but if you're not a prompt customer by any reason, and you want to get started with the prompt system, you can phone us, call in, and we can get you moving.
All right. Okay, so I'm going to dive in. I know Ethan and Kira have already answered 144 questions, so they have been hard at work. But I want to pop in here and just kind of see some of the questions I did see come through. The ability to integrate Facebook birthdays with your one-to-one. We're exploring that. Facebook kind of has that locked down. There's no way to ingest the data from Facebook into BombBomb. So we're trying to figure out some workarounds to that situation. We don't have a timeline on we'll be able to bring that, but that is something that we have researched, and we know the value because everyone's birthday is on Facebook. And so if we could bring that into the calendar, that would be a huge benefit. But sadly, and imagine it, Facebook put some walls up out there, and we got to figure out how to work around them. So that's where we're at on that one.
Yeah, pricing. So we forgot to go over the pricing. All of the features we went over today, it's only going to be $500 more. No, I'm just kidding. No, so everything we showed you, they're all free add-ons, all free enhancements. So all the content and everything else, whatever you are paying, you are locked into that rate, everyone. So your price will not go up. When we add new features, it's going to be a part of your package. And so all of that is going to be included.
That's the best part about this webinar, Steve. We just got to talk about all the amazing things. And there's no money. There's no ask. You guys just get all this for being our customers. That's how much we appreciate you. So, all right.
So I see questions around the social posts. Can you choose all, or I'm sorry, around the content picker, calendar and the content picker. There's 4 choices for content. That content is for our emails. And so you get 3 emails, approximately 3 emails, depending on some of the months that have holidays and things like that, where we tack on another one. But you should be able to, in theory, replace every email we deliver to you with something else if you choose to.
That's a good clarification. There will not be a content picker on the social side of things. We know the social content, it's a bit more fluff is how I'm going to say it, right? When we write the social content, we're driving towards 3 things: a comment, like, and share. That helps you the most within the social spaces. So we're going to be cranking that content out every single week for you. So that way you don't have to worry about, do I like this one? Analysis paralysis. Which one do I choose? We're just going to prescribe the social content right now so that you can then focus on what you're doing through the email side of things. That's a little bit of a harder hit that doesn't happen as consistently. We may look at expanding that in the future, but for right now, we'll prescribe the social side of things, and then you get the content picker for the emails that are going out. That includes the social with that email that goes out the door.
We have some new prompt users on the webinar here today, Jason, and I get it. I can totally see how a webinar like this, going through the upgrades and enhancements of something you don't know about already, can be super confusing. But I also see a lot of comments about our support team. And so if you are new to prompt and you didn't understand what we went over today because you're just not new you're just new to the context and the flow, we are always here to help you with your prompt product. We have an amazing customer support team right out of Colorado Springs, and we will help walk you through that. We're also going to have a recording of this webinar, so once you become more acclimated, you can watch that recording back through and learn about the new enhancements and features that will be coming for you guys. So
someone brought up a great point as I'm reading through. As you're saying that, Gene was saying, I see no value in integrating birthdays since Facebook has diluted that value. Here's the play. Now, when we're talking about integrating with Facebook, we're talking about pulling the birthdates into BombBomb. What the one-to-one does, it allows you to bring the value back to the birthday by you using either a pre-recorded video that you've done or personalized video. It's sent through email. It's not being posted to Facebook. And what that does is it allows you to bring back the value of the birthday. Because you're right, Facebook has reduced the birthday to HBD. People don't even write it out anymore. They just literally type in HBD, and then you got the memes, and all these things are so impersonal. We're trying to rehumanize that by putting you back in front of people on their birthday, sharing a meaningful message. So I completely agree with you. And that's the value of the one-to-one, is you're getting in front of people in a more meaningful way on their birthday.
So let me expand upon that too. On your last birthday, how many Facebook posts did you get with people saying happy birthday? And everyone has a different answer,
Right.
but it could be hundreds, right? A lot. How many emails did you get? You want to separate yourself and stand out. It's easier, as Jason mentioned, for someone to post that on Facebook and post something that's not deep or meaningful either. With prompt, and just to describe the process with the one-to-one sending engine, once you upload your list of birthdays or your home purchase anniversaries, prompt will prompt you once a week to send or to create a personal video for your birthdays for that week. So if there's 2 birthdays that week, you can put your phone down and do nothing, and it will send out a pre-recorded video birthday that you recorded is when you set up the initial birthday prompt. Or you can click a button next to each person's name that says record video and record a personalized birthday message. Now, when they get that through email, and they didn't get any other happy birthday messages through email, especially a non-automated happy birthday message, watch the type of response that you get. Watch the interactions. This is where we begin receiving a ton of feedback on prompt. For the people using the one-to-one, they are generating deeper conversations from birthdays and anniversaries. That's the crazy part, because they know it's a personalized birthday message. They're responding back with a deeper response, and the conversations are starting. That is one of the best kept secrets of prompt right now. It's already available to you. We can help set that up for you, and it's an easy system to use.
Yeah, Tony was just asking, when does prompt birthdays go live? It's live now. And as Steve said, this is, I think, the best kept secret of prompt. Everyone focuses on the campaigns, and those are important, but the one-to-one is where you instantly are differentiating yourself. So yes, I've seen a lot of people are saying, I haven't used it to its fullest extent. I'm committed to get restarted. Ethan, if you would you drop in the link that people can go to join? We do a group coaching session twice a week that you can go in and join. Our customer success team will show you the ins and outs. We know that this is a fairly robust system. There's a lot going on here. Spend a little bit of time. Let me encourage you, just block out an hour. Give yourself an hour to get in here, learn some of these things, these advanced moves, and begin taking advantage of everything that Prompt is offering for you. So Ethan, pop the link into the channel so everyone should be able to see that. So go ahead and make sure you click through to that. You can schedule a time that works well for you. Get in and take advantage of all the things that are available to you in Prompt right now.
Yeah. There's a lot of new features coming, but sometimes you just want to use what you have. And a lot of the newer features that we put on here are designed to help you use what you have more often. Like, for example, going back here to this page, some of you didn't know what the one-to-ones were. If this was your main prompt screen and when you logged in every day and you see a green section with one-to-ones on it, you're going to be more apt to click on it and to see what it's all about. These are the 3 primary features, of prompt. And so we want to devise the product or create a product in a way that enables you and makes it easy for you to use the features that are going to help you the most. A lot of questions around screen recording still, Jason. I explained that, so maybe my description wasn't that great. So why don't you take a crack at it, Jason? Maybe you can explain it in a better way than what I did. But how would you use screen recording on a day-to-day basis?
Yeah, great question. So the real benefit of screen recording is anytime you want to share something that's on your screen to an individual or your sphere of influence. Let's take the sphere of influence use case, for example. You want to do a market update, and you want to be able to share numbers and graphs. And instead of having those images just in your email and you have a video talking to it, screen recording will give you the ability to be on camera, like there's that little circle in the bottom left-hand corner, so they can still see you, but they'll be able to view whatever's on your screen.
Wait, Jason.
Yes.
What they are viewing right now is the exact equivalent of a screen recording, because they can see us on video and see my screen at the same time. That's it. It's just not a webinar. It's a video recording that you're sending out. Maybe that's
exactly. So you can record it when it's convenient for you. You can send it to them when it's convenient for them. And really what that does is it brings that ability to show people what's going on. And Mike, I saw that you asked this question earlier. Screen recording showing a virtual tour of a listing while talking about features, absolutely. If you leverage a tool like Matterport or something that generates a website for you, and you want to walk someone through the house and talk them through the process, You now have the ability to do that through screen recording. It's a great way to really bring value to some of the professional work that you get done with the listing, images, virtual reality walkthrough, but still make it highly personalized with your video where you're sitting at your computer speaking to your clients in a more meaningful way. So screen recording is awesome. It's available anywhere that you can record a video. So if you're a Gmail user, we're integrated there. I did see this question come up, and we can preview something else here, Steve. Someone was asking about Outlook and where we're going to have video email for Outlook.
Ooh.
We're close, people. We are very close to being able to release the first version of BombBomb and Outlook, the ability to record and send videos right from your Outlook. Now, I can't guarantee screen recordings coming in version 1 of Outlook. We're still kind of working some of those details out. But in first quarter, Q1, we will be releasing the first version of BombBomb and Outlook. So, little teaser for all of you Outlook users that are out there, but we are bringing that to you. So already, yeah.
The great thing with that is it's compatible with so many versions. There's a lot of versions of Outlook. The hard thing is making it compatible with a lot of different versions. We don't have the exact list, or I don't know the exact list off the top of my head, but most of you should be good. And we saw the demo. The demo looks phenomenal.
Yeah.
And not that we want to get on a tangent here.
This is a question I saw earlier. The calendar, all the stuff that we're building for you guys will be web compatible. So mobile compatible. So when you click through and see the calendar, we're showing you the web version. It'll all be mobile compatible. So it'll look great on your mobile device. So all the moves that you're making, you'll be able to control right from your mobile and use it that way as well.
Yeah, I was just going through the dashboard too while you were talking. Just showing them videos and swapping out templates right here on the dashboard in seconds. And so this is coming imminently. I want to get them off of what might be coming in March or April or so, that time frame off of something that's coming much sooner.
But as some of our best customers, our prompt users, it's important you guys know the future. You know where we're headed. You know what we're doing. We appreciate you guys so much. It's your feedback that drives this. Everything that we're building is not our ideas ever. Prompt wasn't our idea. That came from a broker in Denver that said, if you guys could just do this for me, that would be so much better. So we rely on you so much for knowing what the next right thing to do is. And so thank you guys for your interaction and just already, I mean, over 200 questions and everything. Hopefully we've been able to address the majority of you. I'm sure Ethan's fingers are probably about to fall off. If we weren't able to answer one of your questions, please send an email to support@bombbomb.com. There's a much larger team than just Ethan that'll be able to answer those unique questions. So a lot of questions about integrations with different CRM partners. Reach out to us, shoot us an email. Our team will be able to get back to you and help take care of your unique situation. And of course, if you want to get set up a prompt and you haven't yet, we shared that link as well. That's every week. So you get to decide the time that's best for you to jump in on that and take advantage of learning all the ins and outs that prompt is providing.
If you go to bombbomb.com/integrations, you can see all the integration partners that we have here. And so when you click in on one, like I'm just going to go right to, I'll go to like Wise Agent here. It will list out the benefits here in a nice easy bullet point. And sometimes there's videos there for you to watch so you can see the integration and how it works, because integrations do vary vastly. Some of our best integrations allow you to record videos in their program, which is going to be even better when screen recording is available, because you can record videos or screen recordings in Wise Agent or Contactually or RealVolve. It'll be included in those platforms. If you're using something like more advanced, like a curator product, you're going to be able to record videos. And you'll be able to do screen recordings there, and it'll be a part of Curator Brain. So it's going to help you with what videos to create and what's successful with other people. So it really varies so much, and it depends on what your goals are, which one is the best. We have a team of 126 people now at BombBomb, and it's all the team members, working so hard and diligently in the background. And then Jason and I get to get on and be like a talking monkey here and tell you all the cool things, and you're like, that's amazing. But it's a massive massive team effort.
It is.
And Jason and I aren't coding any of this.
No.
We just get to have the exciting job of telling everyone, how this works. And we get the exciting job to see and hear your feedback, and to iterate on your feedback and to make sure that we're listening to you. And so it's a lot of fun to do this for you guys, but our whole team of people is what makes this happen, and product and development.
And Kira, who's on? Kira is our product owner for Prompt. It is because of Kira, so much of this is happening. She's the one that ran the surveys. She's the one that dug in. She's the one that led the initiative on this. So if you ever want to send Kira some love, send her an email, Kira@BombBomb.com. Only love. You're not allowed to say anything else to her. Just send her some love, because she is hard at work for all of you guys. You will never probably see her on a webinar, but she deserves all the credit in pushing this stuff through and organizing it and just really making it happen. So
thank you guys for joining us. We hope you love your prompt program. Please phone us with any questions. Send us an email. We are here to help you, and we can't wait to hear your success stories in 2018.
All right. See you, everyone.
Thank you, guys.